Many times we can get caught up, and this is what the Dharma talk today is about, can get caught up feeling this continuous darkness, right? Whether it's the war, whether it's like our own personal challenges, whether government structures are shifting, we can feel this surge to want to have things move a little faster. And we will get there. The process and the balance is finding the ebb and flow. The next few practices will be geared to turn the heat up, turn the Agni up just a little bit more. But I do want to caution you, are you going from the outside in? Are you still caught in that web, that matrix of, well, I got to do this, and on Tuesdays I do that, and on Wednesdays I do this, and this is my recipe now, and da-da-da-da-da-da, because it may be your recipe in this moment. However, when there is an upheaval, when there is a shift in the balance within your nervous system, when something is out of alignment, it is a call for you to reevaluate that transformation, that area of growth that is needing a new recipe. And that might mean reevaluating your current recipe, your current toolbox. What you've been doing may no longer be serving, right? So that's a very delicate balance that we can get caught up with. I think I finally figured out what my recipe is. And then here, your structure is shifting again. So we're going to start today on our backs, and I want you to watch how this pattern might play out in asana for you, right? Are you going into default? What is your default? Is it to do the hardest? Is it to resist? Are you in rajas? Are you in tamas? Are you leaning forward too much? Are you ready to like get the ship started? Or are you like, no, it's restorative, right? Finding those places where you can turn the heat up and find it to the right temperature that you need. We're going to start today on our backs. Make sure that your blocks and your straps are handy so you don't have to move around too much. Find a place where we can bring our arms into a soft cactus. Feet are 90 degrees, or knees are pointing up rather, heels close into the buttocks. Just pause here for a moment. And usually I say walk your feet as wide as your mat. Today I'd like for your feet to be underneath your knees. We're just going to take a few pelvic tilts here. So I want you to tilt your pelvis as far back as you can, causing an arch. You can probably see my back is arched, my rib cage is out. Anything, take your arms up overhead, and then draw your low back all the way down so your pelvis is tucked in. It's almost as if your butt can come off of the earth. Can't really see it here, right? You just saw that dynamic. So I want you to tilt your pelvis into an anterior tilt, tilting all the way back, release, and then tilt the pelvis all the way forward. You can do this one more time on your own, just knowing what that feels like to let everything hang out. We're one way, water spilled out, having too much fun, booty's out. We're the other way, we're too tight, we're rigid, need to do all the things. Okay. Find that place now where your body and your pelvis can maintain a natural state of balance. And then from here, I want you to draw your knees into your chest. Take the knees over to the right side. Don't touch the legs. Let them be. Keep your shoulders where they're at. And then you finagle that top knee as much as you can. Start to gauge without looking, but by feeling. And that's a practice, right? Feeling where my bottom knee is, feeling where my top knee is. Keep drawing that outer hip down. And draw your awareness to that left side shoulder, left rib cage, left armpit. We're going to pause here. And you're going to slide that top leg just a little bit off of that bottom, just until you feel a sensation that's happening in the low back. It's wrapping around the outer hip. Maybe that bottom leg will cross to the outer part of that top. Just pause, just watch it. And the practice doesn't always have to be in this linear output. right? But I want you to draw, and especially those of you that have been doing my current workshop series, Reclaiming. This week, we're focusing so much on Swadhisthana chakra. Can you find pleasure right now without over efforting? Pleasure requires the least amount of effort. Pleasure is all about ease, flow. So, where can you invite that into your asana practice? If that bottom leg is hooked, uncross it, take your time, slide that top leg in, and then keep your hands where they are. You're going to draw one knee and then the other. Pause here for a moment, scoot your buttocks over to the opposite side, and then let your knees, let your hips, let your body start to navigate you rather than you navigating the body. Knees move left, top knee moves towards alignment with the bottom knee. Only thing I want you to focus on here is extension, energetic extension of that right shoulder, right arm, right elbow. Just noticing all the places in your body where you're creating stiffness, rigidity. And then slowly let that top leg start to drift away from the bottom. Might feel a significant stretch or sensation in the outer hip, moving all the way to the low back. Find that place. Release the arms, release the hands, release the jaw. And then slowly, without touching your legs, stack that top knee again. Find it without touching it. Draw the knees back to center. I want you to start to feel the alignment of your body. You're going to feel the low back, the sacrum, the SI joints come back to center. Now, if you're crooked like me, or you have any type of scoliosis, your pelvis and your alignment will be off when you come back. So plant your feet and then rearrange your body. Right, navigate your spine. We'll take our strap now and loop it around the ball of the right foot. It's getting into the hamstrings. Press the ball of the foot up to the ceiling. Let your arm bones fall into the earth. Pause here. Peel your toes all the way back and let that hip joint fall into the earth. Relax the eyes. Might even drop your tongue to the bottom half of the mouth. Find pleasure here. Find that space where the back of the hamstrings is opening up, where you can notice the sensation of the calf and the back of the knees. But you're not getting pulled out. Tongue to the bottom half of the mouth. Energetically draw that top hip, left hip down. We're going to take both ends of the strap into the right hand. Open it up just about 10%. I'm going to pause. I like to keep my left hand on my hip to make sure that that thigh bone is down. And then draw the leg over 10% over to that left side. Right thumb inside the right hip crease. Draw it down. Almost as if your inner thighs are squeezing towards each other energetically. Take a moment. Find the place where you can release all tension and over gripping in your body, maybe from the hands, from the shoulders, from the head, from the jaw. Just let that leg, let the back of the knee open up. We're going to release the strap and we're going to take ankle to knee pose now. So cross right ankle over the top of left thigh. Loop your hands through. This might be really good for some of you. I like to loop my hands on top of my shin bone, left shin bone. Pause here, open the hips. Open the low back. Open the mouth if you'd like, and take a deep breath as you sigh out. Release the hands, release the feet. We're going to take bridge pose. Lift up. Feet plant down, hips rise up, back of the crown. Presses down. You might roll the shoulder blades in and clasp the hands. Every pose has a counter pose. So giving yourself the opportunity to release the heels, release the hands. Roll down one vertebrae at a time and draw that left knee in. Circle the ankle one way and then the other. Loop the strap around the ball of the left foot. Press that ball mound into the ceiling. Let the arms be heavy. Let the eyes roll back. Drop the tongue to the bottom half of the mouth. And then notice what's occupying the real estate of your mind in this moment. Can you draw your awareness to the inner thighs, to the energetics of that left big toe mound? Take a moment. Maybe you open the mouth and you sigh the breath out before you switch both ends of the strap into the left hand. Open it up. Not to the place where you're creating stress in the body, right? This is all about where can I create more ease? Where can I create more fluidity? Where can my energy be balanced and fluid? Both ends of the strap into the right hand. Take it over the body, 10%, not too much. Still anchoring in the pelvis, anchoring in the hips. And then release the strap, ankle to knee. Cross that left ankle over the top of the right knee. Flex your foot. Loop the hands either around the back of the thigh or on top of the shin bone. Keep flexing your feet. Let your tongue drop to the bottom half of your mouth. And just notice what needs to open up today. Maybe it's the outer hip, maybe it's the low back. Maybe it's just the mind. Feet press down, forearms press down, fingertips reach up. Lift your hips, interlace your fingers. Recovery here. Keep drawing the inner thighs energetically in towards one another. Big toe mounds pressing down. Release the heels. Release your hips. Roll down one vertebrae at a time. Pause. Reach your legs all the way up to the ceiling. Peel the toes back. Flex your feet deeply. Hold on to your mat with your hands and see if you can peel your toes back even more. Just going to take a few points and flexes here. So really get into the calves and to stretch out the tops of the knees. The tops of the ankles. Draw your knees in. Hold on to your shin bones. Rock yourself forward and back. Maybe give yourself a little massage on the spine. If it doesn't feel good, roll over to one side. Come to a comfortable seat. Find that place where you can sit comfortably. Right ear over to the right side shoulder, please. Left shoulder hangs heavy. Tilt your chin diagonally down to the right side. Breathe into the back of the neck. Tilt the chin diagonally up. Keep mapping your chin up and around. Left ear, left side shoulder, right shoulder's heavy. Tongue to the bottom half of the mouth. Tilt the chin diagonally down. Stay intimate. You're not missing anything. Tilt the chin diagonally up. Draw that circle again. 3 times neck circles. Move as slowly as you need to. Just taking it 3 times one way. Now, here's the thing. I don't know if you're like me, but whenever I used to be given a number, immediately I would race towards accomplishing the number. It's taken so much work and so much unwiring to satiate and to extend whatever number it is. Let's move the opposite direction. Where can you find joy? That might mean moving a little bit slower, because when we speed things up, we miss the joy. We rush past. Where can you, with integrity, savor and satiate in these moments? What if you lived your entire life in that way? What if you lived your entire life like you enjoyed every moment of it? Round back, please. Round your shoulder blades. Slide the shoulder blades away. I want you to breathe in here. Lungs are in the back body. Exhale, lift the heart. 2 more times, move to the rhythm of your breath. Find pleasure. Exhale. Lift heart, lift gaze. 1 more. Come back to center. Stretch the arms around and up. Press the palms down the midline of the body. Pause. What has shifted for you these last few months? Maybe this last weekend? What has come to light and shifted for you? And if you've noticed anything that maybe you'd like to shift, anything that needs rearranging, anything that you'd like to shed light on, just invite that into your practice today. And draw your chin towards your chest. We'll chant the sound Om, just offering it up. Can join me or simply receive. Take a deep breath to inhale. Chin to chest. Stay intimate. Palms to the knees. Let's come up onto hands and knees. 5 cat-cows. Let's get into the mapping of your body. Inhale, face looks up, broadening across the chest and collarbone. Exhale, navel into spine. Breathing in, listening for the sound Sa on the inhalation. The sound of pure intelligence, pure light, pure love. Breathing out, listening for hum. Distribution of that intelligence. Joints become spacious. Inhale, Sa, light, radiance, magnetism. Exhale, hum. Feeling it charge and distribute to every cell. Come to neutral spine, and on your next exhalation, take your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Pedal the heels out. Shake your head side to side, maybe even trill the lips. Take your right leg straight up and back, all 5 toes like you're pressing into a wall. Step your right foot forward, help it up if you need. Pause here for a moment. Hands to blocks. Bow forward. Inhale, breathing into the back body. Exhale, right low lunge. It's taking this on the rhythm of the breath. Inhale, fold forward, square the hips, release the jaw. Shedding light on anything that needs to come forward. Exhale, lift the hips, lift the heart. Back of the neck is long. Keep moving to this rhythm of your breath. Parsvottanasana, wide-legged pyramid pose. On your next inhalation, step your back foot forward. Help it up if you need. Clasp your hands behind your back. Standing forward fold. Release the head, the neck. Maybe even trill the lips. Feel free to hold onto your strap if you prefer. It's really just getting into your body and finding what feels right for you. The palms are clasped. You can switch the crossing by moving one finger over. Release the hands, release your head. Roll up one vertebrae at a time. Stay intimate, stay strong on the inside. Soft on the outside. Palms face forward. Find your mountain pose, your Tadasana. Stand in the integrity of your power, and then circle the arms around and up. Exhale, standing forward fold, belly to the thighs, Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, let's step back one leg at a time. Find your plank. No rush, nowhere to get. With or without your knees, lower down one vertebrae, or in one unit rather. One breath. Inhale, lift the heart, three-part cobra. Back of the neck is long. Exhale, release. No rush, nowhere to get. Squeeze the shoulder blades, lift the hands, lift the heart. Exhale, release. Feet as wide as the mat, fingertips come off. Belly the chest forward, inhale, cobra. Finding those places to soften. Release. Hands underneath your shoulders, tuck your toes, with or without assistance coming through, downward facing. Pedal the heels. Ground in your body, and then take that left leg straight up. All 5 toes like you're pushing into a wall. Exhale, step the right foot forward, help it up if you need. Hands to blocks on either side. Square the hips, organize your body, and then inhale as you lean forward. Breathe into the back. Back of the legs, back of the lungs. Exhale. Move like this a few times on your own. Bowing forward. And then notice where you might be holding your breath, right? When we're holding the breath, it's a sign of over-efforting. So if you're constantly over-efforting or holding your breath, you're not letting the body calibrate to the natural flow, the natural rhythm of giving and receiving. Step your back foot forward, help it up. And as you lightly lean forward, maybe you use your strap, maybe you clasp the hands, work the shoulder blades in towards one another. Your knees slightly bent, belly to the thighs here. Maybe you shake your head side to side. Maybe you shake the head yes. Trill the lips. Maybe you work your hands a little bit closer in, or you switch the crossing one more time. Keep squeezing and working the shoulder blades in. Release the hands, release the head. Release that low back and roll up one vertebrae at a time. Take your time. Pause. Find your mountain pose. And then circle the arms around and up. Exhale, standing forward. Breathe in a new breath. Inhale, lengthen to a flat back. Exhale, step back, one leg at a time, intentionally. With or without your knees, Chaturanga Dandasana, belly to the earth. Lift the heart, three-part cobra. Exhale, release. Squeeze shoulder blades, lift head, lift hands, lift heart. Exhale, release. Hands off of the mat, bow the chest forward, inhale, cobra. Continuously finding that place where you can soften. Make your way back into downward facing, no rush at all. Let's take that right leg up. Let's roll the right hip on top of the left. Anchor into the right hand. Close the gap in the rib cage. Step that right foot forward, help it up. Rise to a high lunge. Bend your back knee, send your pelvis slightly forward. Maybe you hook the thumbs, and then start to lengthen that back heel. Right, as best as you can for your body. Keep the rib cage closed. Absolutely okay to keep a little micro bend on that back knee. We're going to lift, lengthen. Exhale, rebend. Rising, pushing the ground away. Belly pulls in. Exhale, move towards the earth. Find that strength and softness, that ease and fluidity in your body. One more time, rise. I'm going to move all the way down, lowering that back knee down to the earth. Pause here for a moment. Little twist. Left arm comes forward, right hand comes back. Just notice what you might be feeling on the psoas, that left side body. Maybe the left hand goes to the outside of the right knee. Can always use a block if you'd like. I just like to keep my hand on my knee and keep my right hand on my sacrum. Little twist. Keep drawing your pelvis forward, making this very slight adjustment, right? So the right hip's moving back. The left hip is slightly moving forward. Same feeling as if you're in Parsvottanasana. Right knee in line with the right ankle. There's a lot happening. And you're creating spaciousness now in the rib cage. Maybe that right hand moves back behind you. Only if it feels good. There's no goal here. It's really breathing into the space you're opening up. Release the hands. Come down to the earth. A few options. So we're stoking the fire, but it doesn't always need to be movement upon movement upon movement, right? It's stoking the internal fire. Forearms to the blocks, grow the spine long. Maybe you take that left hip, left knee a little further back. Squeeze the right side inner thigh against your right side shoulder. Notice how that shifts the energy in the body. There's activation that's happening. When there's activation happening, there's heat. When there's heat, there's tapas. When there's tapas, we can use that to transform. This might be a great place for some of you to pause. Some of you might bring your left hand down, might take that right arm up, opening it up. Bow the chest forward. maybe you'll catch the top of this left foot. If it's too much today, I'm not going as deep as I usually do. And that's because I'm feeling this very deeply on my QL versus my quadricep. Right? So become invested in what's opening up for you, what you're focusing on. If I were focusing on my quad, I would bring my heel closer, right? But I'm really working right now, for instance, by keeping it here, working with my QL. I also saw my massage therapist this week, so I'm aware of my body. Take ownership of your nervous system and of your needs. Release that back leg. Find your blocks. Walk your hands in line with your hips. Now, take your time as you do this. Scoop Mula Bandha in. Want you to find kneeling lunge. Notice if the belly's sticking out. See if you can pull everything in. Arms come up. Just breathe here. Squeeze Mula Bandha. Right? So just because the legs are split doesn't mean that things need to drop out. Hands to blocks, you're going to move backwards. Flex that front leg. Ardha Hanumanasana. Maybe you heel toe that front knee in. Keep your hands where you need for your body. Maybe it's forearms to the blocks. Maybe it's hands to the blocks. Peel the toes back. Relax the jaw. Notice where there's rigidity. Where can you find ease? Effortlessness. Where can you let it be? Smooth breath to inhale. Slowly walk yourself up. Right knee next to left. A few options here. You can take a few cat-cows if you'd like, or you can take this into chaturanga, up dog, down dog, modified version, cobra, baby cobra. All of these are simply counter asanas. When you're ready, we all meet in downward facing dog. Knit the ribs, close the ribs in, belly button to the spine. Take that left leg straight up. Anchor your weight into your left hand. Roll your left hip on top of the right. Open it up. And then step that left foot forward. Help it up if you need. Situate. Rise to a high lunge. Pause here. I like to hook my thumbs. It does help me. You do not have to hook your thumbs. Put a little bend in that back knee. Lift your chin. Send your pelvis forward and then re-lengthen that back heel. Pause here. Breathe into the space that's opening up. Doesn't always have to be the deepest, the most difficult, challenging version. Simplicity is difficult. Complexity is easy. We're going to push the ground away from this posture. Draw the navel in. Lift. Suction everything in. Exhale, rebend just that front knee. Inhale, lengthen. Push ground away. Exhale, rebend. 2 more times. Let's move to the rhythm of your breath rather than an accomplishment, an end goal. Next time you exhale, we're going to lower that back knee all the way down. Take your time. Send the pelvis forward. Take a little twist. Right hand on the outside of that left knee. You can reach for the block if you'd like. Left hand to your sacrum. Revolve. Open up the heart. Open up the spaciousness across the rib cage. Tongue drops to the bottom half of the mouth. And then if it calls you to extend, right, but not at the extent of losing spaciousness in your back, in your hips, in your ribs. And then feel that little scoop, that little lift of Mula Bandha. Slowly unwind. Bring your hands to the inside of your thighs. And then from here, going into lizard pose, right? So maybe you heel toe that foot out. Keep squeezing energetically that left inner thigh towards your shoulder. And send that right hip back, that right knee back. Notice if your belly is hanging out. See if you can feel Mula Bandha engage, that little subtle lift, right? It helps the energy, your essence, not drain out, but it keeps your energy contained. This might be a great place for some of you to pause. Depending on what you need today, you might come down to the earth. You might start to unwind, bow the chest forward. So there's a lift. The arm is in the socket. You're taking agency over your body. Maybe you call the top of that right foot. And there's definitely, for me, for instance, less tension in my QL on this side. But that's also because I have scoliosis. And how my body reacts is, for instance, there was tension on my right knee. Not today, but earlier this week. So becoming really adept at understanding how your body is responding versus reacting. And then being fluid, release, to know that you don't always need to eat the same lunch every single day at the same time, right? Our recipe for balance can shift. Some days we need to put the fire in motion, and as we continue to move towards summer and heat, we will start to move in that way. Those of you that have been with me, you'll know that it is important for us to shift the fire of asana. But what I want you to first do over these next few weeks as we move towards that is cultivate the fire within, that Agni. Take a smooth breath, inhale wherever you are. Find your lunge. One more time. Little lift of the pelvic floor. Arms are up. Rib cage is soft. Heart is open. Your choice here. Hands to blocks. Few cat-cows. You can take a vinyasa if you'd like. No right or wrong. I like to teach the option of giving cobra because it just allows the back to open up, which isn't always taught in classes. Wherever you are, we're going to come to a heart opener. We're taking this to the back, which will stay there for some time. But the very first one that we're going to do, you can take this either on Stonehenge or use the blocks. I'm going to show it on the blocks to begin with. Start on the second highest height, because that way you can always lift it up or lift it down. Walk your knees underneath your hips. And you want to close the rib cage here. So as we suction the ribs in, you're going to feel this in the upper armpits and the shoulders. Make sure that there's space for your chin, your nose. If you're doing this on Stonehenge, on the bolster, for those of you that have taken my class before, this is also a really great way. You can keep your palms clasped. You can bring your hands towards your back. Again, I want to caution you that the tendency is for the rib cage, the low ribs, which is correlating to the mid-thoracic region. That likes to sway back, right? And I want you to focus right now on really creating a straight neutral spine. You might feel some core work engaged here because of that. Again, what we're targeting is the lats, the armpits, triceps. Release the arms. Release the head. Release the neck. Take a moment. Let that land, because we're going to start to shift this into a back bend. Right? So before we go into back bends, because those of you that practice with me, you know that once we go into a back bend, the next place is on the ground. So before we go into that, I want you to keep the setup. And we're going to cross the left ankle over the top of the right thigh. You can thread your foot through if you'd like. Coming back to this number 4 that we did on our backs. You can reach forward, keeping the foot flexed. Can't see it because it's underneath. Or you can take what is called fire log. Right? So stacking, and it's called fire log, I'll show you, because the foot needs to be outside, like you're stacking wood. If you need a blanket or something else underneath this thigh, you absolutely can, but it's ankle to knee, your feet hang off of your thighs. Now we keep this set up because it creates a space for you to take the same motion and still have support for your head. You also don't have to keep your hands there, right? So depending on what feels right for you, letting the hips open. Letting the low back and pelvis balance. Pelvis, Swadhisthana chakra, which is what we're focusing on in the workshop this week. Controls our emotions. Our relationship with everyone is governed in this region of the body. And with an eclipse, things that we are not aware of gets brought to the surface. And with a full moon, the energy of the moon pulls on the tides, the ocean. So imagine what it does to the tides within you. Now, pelvis is the region associated with water, which navigates our likes and our dislikes, our emotions, our pleasure and our pain. And just give yourself the freedom to sink. Sometimes we start on the highest or the lowest level, rather, and then we have to adjust. Start on the highest level, and then let it slowly peel and peel and peel and peel, so that way you're able to easefully relax into your hips, into the pelvis, into what's balancing in the low back right now. Take a smooth breath to inhale, slide your hands back, and slowly let your head come up. No rush. We'll change legs however you need to do this. Just being aware that one side is always a little more user-friendly than the other. No judgment. Always ease. And if you bottomed out like I did and you need to rebuild yourself a little tower, do it, right? What are you waiting for to give yourself the best comfort? It's not outside, it's inside. The worthiness, the deserving. I deserve to have my tower built back. Starts with something simple like that. Reclaiming your needs. How you show up. How you navigate this world. Your essence, your voice, your creativity. When we get into the hips and the pelvis, it can feel very rigid for us, or it can ignite a lot of heat, a lot of feeling like we need to fidget, and a lot of movement that we need to do. Take your time very slowly, wherever you are, make your way back up. Let your head, your shoulders, your hips all stack. We're going to extend the legs. You can lift them on top of the blocks if you'd like. Elevated Dandasana. Take a moment and let your hips ground. Let your toes peel back. And we're going to finish in a supported back bend. So I like to teach this so that way you can, if you'd like to skip the back bend and come straight down the floor to Shavasana, you can absolutely take that option. This back bend today, I've taught it a few times. The second block goes behind it, the space in between your shoulder blades. And the first block goes to support your head. I'm going to take this bolster and place it underneath my thighs. It's because it feels really good for my body in that way. I want you to explore what this feels like. Keep the second block handy. Let's start on the second highest block for you first. And if you did my immersion, my arm balancing immersion, I believe I taught this one in there. I'll be doing another immersion this summer, so definitely look out for that. Crucial to support the head. That feels really good and manageable for my body right now. I can stay here until I'm ready for Shavasana. In fact, I'd like to actually kick this up. I would not recommend that for you. If you have any type of back sensitivity, keep it on the lowest height or the second highest. It should always feel as if your body, and notice that my voice hasn't changed, right? It's because my cervical spine is being supported because there's this lift. There's a lift that's happening from the thoracic, a lift that's happening into my cervical. So my head is supported. There's continuous length. Find that place for you. Where it can feel delicious in your body. If you want to play with holding your hands, you can. Again, this should feel really good for your body, not stressful. So if it feels like it's too much work right now to hold on to the elbows, let go of it. There's enough work that's happening with the elongation of the spine. And then find that place where you can practice 5 rounds. And again, I don't want to give you the number so that way it pulls you out and you're counting to accomplish, but just giving yourself a reference point of, can I breathe easily? Don't even think about the number. Just think, can I stay here indefinitely and breathe? Whatever mess we think we might be moving through, whatever unknowns, whatever feels like it's falling apart, the message is in the mess. The structure is in the chaos. The clarity is in the stillness. So let it go for these next few moments. Let whatever rises, rise. Whatever unfolds, unfolds. If you'd like to stay here in the supported back bend, you can absolutely take that option. Just give yourself a shavasana afterwards. So if you'd like to pause this recording right now, taking as long as you need, and then melting into a shavasana, this is a great place to stop. If you're ready to shift into shavasana, you're going to find your knees or the backs of your knees. Hold on to the backs of your knees or the tops of your knees. Lift your head. Draw your chin to your chest. Slowly come up and slide those blocks out. If you chose to keep the bolster underneath your thighs, you're going to have a ready-made space for you to go into your shavasana, or you can place your feet on top of the bolster for conscious rest. Wherever you are, let your body now receive the alignment from the electromagnetic force field of gravity. And let the eyes roll back into their sockets. Let your body be heavy. Let yourself now receive pure light, pure radiance moving from the top of your crown. Let yourself charge and transform that light, listening for the sound hum. Sa, the sound of pure intelligence moving through you. Hum. Feeling that intelligence distribute to every cell of your body. Sa on the inhalation. Hum on the exhalation. Sa. Hum. Sa. Rest now in this space without needing to do or fix. Simply be. It's letting yourself soften from the inside out. Take a cool breath to inhale. And as you exhale, feel that breath as cool wind on the inside of your thighs, legs, belly, heart, shoulders. Take that cool breath one more time. And just feel how your body receives cool, calming, collected, crisp breath. As if you're inhaling the very first breath on a morning before anyone else is awake. Let's breathe that in one more time. Feel the residue of that clean air nourishing every cell of your body. Roll over to the right side and tuck yourself into fetal position, pausing there for a moment. No rush, nowhere to go. Slowly rising to a comfortable seat. Letting your head arrive last. Let's take a moment. Press the palms to the heart center. And feel the merging of this intelligence. The heat is always there. But the cooling needs to balance the heat. You have agency over that. So bowing down to the wisdom of peace, that is the calmness that balances the action and the fire. Om Shanti, peace with ourselves. Shanti, peace with others. Shantihi, peace with all forces governing this life. And the answers are on the inside. Look there. Thank you so much for joining me. Hari Om Om Tat Sat. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Namaskaram. Make a fist with the right hand, cover it with the left, lean forward, feel that subtle lift of the pelvic floor, and then come straight back up. Thank you so much.